All right, we're doing a SoundSkin kit on 24 new body style Tacoma, and we want to disconnect the battery is going to be our first step. Make sure your windows are rolled all the way up, so you're going to disconnect the battery, and the reason why we're doing that is because there's an airbag sensor that needs to be unplugged or a crash sensor on the door, and we want to make sure that we don't throw any airbag lights or codes once we disconnect that plug. So you take your 10mm wrench, go to your negative terminal, loosen it up, give it a twist, pull it right off, and then just tuck it back so it won't touch while it's off. And then that's it, and then we're gonna move to removing the door panels and removing all the wiring. It's Kenny with Sound Deluxe Car Audio here. We're going to be doing our new kit on the 24 and up Tacoma. We basically have the door partially disassembled already just for filming purposes, but I'm gonna walk you through how to take your door apart, okay? So first you're going to start by unsnapping the sail panel here. It's got a door keeper here, a little plug. You're going to want to pop that out. You take your little flathead screwdriver, you'll pry it right here, pop outward like so. This piece will come right off like that. And then that's going to reveal a screw. It's all Phillips screw behind there. Everything on this is all Phillips. You have this panel here. You're going to want to slide this forward towards the front of the car. Could see the clips, how they're angled like that, so that just removes, goes forward there. That's going to reveal another Phillips screw that's in this panel right there. Then you're going to want to take your switch panel, you'll pop that up as well, you'll unplug everything, and then you have one more Phillips screw right here. So a total of 3 Phillips screws to be removed. Once those are all out, you're going to take the bottom corner of the panel right here and you'll pull outward, get that thing popped out all the way around, and then pull it forward towards you right there. There's no reason to pull up, it's just basically outward. There's nothing connecting it. Once you have the door panel off, you can set that aside, and then you're going to want to remove the factory speaker. Like I said, we've already had this apart for filming purposes to speed it up. So you'll pull out your speaker, you'll start disconnecting your wire harness. Be really careful not to break the clips when you're removing the harness, and then you'll get the harness pretty much all the way removed. And remember, the first step of this was to disconnect your battery so you can get this plug removed, because we don't want this sensor to be disconnected without the battery disconnected. It could throw an airbag code and we don't want that. So you'll get this all removed, you'll unplug the harness completely, basically like that, drop it down, removing all the clips. Then these just turn and they will release right there. And then all these, just put them aside in a little container, and then it does have some keepers. You'll unsnap that all the way around and get that piece off right there. And that's basically what your door panel is going to look like. Then you'll take your harness, stuff it on the inside of the door, like so, just to get it out of the way to allow you to put on the kit, okay? So we're going to grab the kit and show you how that kit goes on. All right, so we have our SoundSkins kit for the 24 Tacoma. This is what it looks like right here. You got to be really careful in this area not to tear it. If you do tear it, it's okay. You still just stick it back together. But my recommendation is to lay it down flat on the ground like so. And then, like with all our kits, we're going to start in the top edge here and peel it back. So I like to go about 5 or 6 inches down like that. Okay. And then we'll flip it up and grab it just like so. And then we'll align it. So the first one we want to align is this one right here, and just lightly tack it in place. And then you'll start seeing everything align. Make sure you get those things aligned really well. There, key is this one here. Once you get to these two, it should all just kind of fall in place. And then you can, move it around a little bit if you have to. Try to stretch it, get it aligned with those door keeps. And then you're going to tack it in place pretty much permanently right there. And then you'll peel the rest of it off. Just flip it up like so. And you just slowly work your way around, lining everything up. There we go. Just like that. So now that you have it tacked in, you'll work it into all the negative areas like that. Make sure it's secured all the way down and around. Then you get your razor blade and you'll feel where that speaker opening is. You'll pop through and just trace cut that around, and then take that piece and you'll stick it on the back wall back there. And then the next piece we're going to bring in is our vapor panel here. And let me go grab that and I'll be right back. All right, so we got our vapor panel here. We're going to start putting that back in place. First step is get that harness pulled out. You can just let it hang like that. We'll get our door cables right here. Those go through this hole right here. And then line that harness up with the hole coming through. You could use those keepers to snap in place, like so, all the way around. And then you'll get your white twist-on plugs. Put those in there, and just twist them on. They really only need to go like 90 degrees, so once they're in, you just twist them, you feel them lock down. Okay, once those are all done, then you'll take your harness and you'll start plugging it in and working your way all the way around. Once that's all done, then you can take our vapor panel pieces as well, right here, and then same thing, just lay them on the ground to make it easier to make it flat. All right, we got our piece right here, and then it's just going to sit just like that, all the way around. Okay. Okay, once we got that secure, then we have our final piece right here. Bet you can guess where this goes. All right, and that's going to go right there and fill that middle section like butter. Okay, now we got our kit on, and you can start putting your door panel on. Just reverse process of how you took it off. Pretty simple. We got the door panel on right here. It already has been removed for filming purposes, so I'll just show you how it comes off. Pretty simple. You'll start with getting your panel tool and wedging it right here by the lock and getting this panel out first, right there. It's going to reveal a screw right behind there, and then you'll work your way around on this handle here where the switch is, and you'll just pop it up as you go along. Be really careful, it's a brittle piece. You'll remove that, you'll unplug your switch. Then once that's done, there's another Phillips screw here and one here, so a total of 3. 1, 2, 3. Once those are all removed, everything, you'll get that bottom corner right here and you'll pull outward. You'll unsnap it all the way around, just like so. Once it's out, you'll have these cables that you'll need to unsnap. They're pretty self-explanatory. Just pull them out like this way, and then up and out. Same with this one, it'll be like that. Just pull it out and then up like that. The hard cable, flexible cable. Hard cable is for the lock. So the white one goes on top, green one goes on the bottom. Once those are off, you'll pull off your door panel, and then you have your vapor barrier here. You're gonna wanna remove that completely. You can throw that away, we're not gonna be using that. So that's out right there. Then you're gonna remove your speaker, unplug it, and then you'll work your way around and remove all the keepers for the harness. If you can get to the back side to try to release the clips, that works really well. It is kind of hard though, so if you can't do that, then just use a little flathead screwdriver to try to release the keepers. And they'll come right out just like that. Same with these here. and get those off. So you'll have your harness completely disconnected like so. You can tuck that into the door as well, and then get your cables and get those in. So now your door's like this, and you can clean it off if it's dusty or whatnot. If it's a brand new truck, most likely it's perfectly clean. So once it's all cleaned off, then you can get your kit and prep and get ready to go, and I'm gonna go grab that. All right, so here we got our kit for our 24 Tacoma, ready to go. Easiest thing to do is to lay it down flat on the ground. And like with all our kits, we're gonna peel back first 5-6 inches or so, just like that. There we go. Once you got that peeled back, set it in place. You want to start off by finding a reference hole like here and here, and then get it lined up real good, and then you'll just pretty much secure that in place real good, so that way you can flip it up and get ready to start peeling off the backing. Before you peel off the backing, I recommend getting your cables through, just like so. Once your cables are through, you can peel back the backing a little bit more. So you're going to want to peel off that backing, and then you're going to want to stop right where the slit is for your harness to come back through. It just makes it a little bit easier to grab the stuff when the backing's still on it. Like that, and then you'll take that slit, open it up. You'll start tacking your kit down, getting everything to line up real good, and then before you go too far, you'll get your harness out of here, and then you'll feed it through the slit, like so. Making sure all the wires are pulled through. Like that right there, and then you can finish off your backing. Just like so. So now you got your kit on, you're gonna work it into all the negative areas, make sure it's tight. You don't wanna push in real hard here because that's where that space is. You don't want that to go all the way in. So just where the metal is behind it, and then tack around that speaker area like that. And then you'll grab your razor blade and you'll cut out that speaker hole, take that piece, put it behind it right there. And then you'll start reassembling the door, putting the harness back in place as you go along all the way through. And then you'll click your door panel on and your cables, and reassembly just like you took it apart.